Okay, so this video is all about the derivative, graph of the derivative function. The important thing is to remember that the derivative gives the gradient of the tangent function at that point. So let's have a look at this graph here. The best path to start is the tangent there. The gradient of that is 0. So this is my derivative. Remember, I'm drawing a derivative function here. Here, the gradient is positive. So I'm going to make that positive. I go up here a bit more, it's more positive. And I keep going up, it's even more positive still. Then I look on the other side, that one's going down, so it's negative. This one's even more negative. And out here, even more negative still. So you can see my points pretty much line up. My points pretty much line up in a straight line. And that's not really surprising when you think about it. The important thing to realize is where is it 0? All of these, this side here is all negative. This side here is all positive. Okay, now we're going to have a look at a different graph. Here's a sort of cubic. Here's a cubic looking graph. And what I notice here, where is the gradient? 0, there, and there. So that's at 0, and just near -3. That's 0. Then I look at what's happening in here. It's negative in there. Small negative, large negative, small negative. And then I think, well, what's here? It's positive, small positive, getting bigger positive, getting bigger positive. And here it's small positive, 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 steeper. So what's that going to look like as a graph? It was big positive. Here it was like in the middle here it was getting negative, and it was getting more and more positive as the further we went out. So more and more positive the further we went out. What do you notice? That shape is pretty much a parabolic shape. You'll notice it was 0 at these points here, the gradient was 0 at these points here, the gradient's negative where this curve is below the graph, and the gradient is positive where this curve is above the graph. So let's do another one. Have a look at this graph here. There's a couple of things about this. The first thing, the gradient can't exist at this sharp point. So gradient does not exist at a sharp point. Or we call that a cusp. Now I look over here, this part's negative, but it's a constant, it's a straight line negative. So the gradient is going to be the same all the way along. Now notice when I get to 0, I'm going to draw an open circle to say that gradient can't exist at that point. This part's positive. Again, I'm going to draw an open circle and have a constant straight line. So the derivative of this one, 2 points here, the gradient can't exist at a cusp or a discontinuity, and it can't, if it's a straight line, then the gradient is constant. Okay, and that's pretty much all there is to know about gradient, the drawing the gradient function from a curve.